Central Indiana. It is 11:06. Welcome to the First Day Show. We're brought to you by Greg Cooper and Lisa Phillips. They're real estate consultants with Crossroads Collective at Compass Realty. And on the phone right now is one of Denny's friends. His name's Todd Scoggins. And Todd was actually in the audience for the first 2024 Republican presidential primary debate on Wednesday night. And Todd, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good. Thank you so much for calling. Denny, he's your buddy.
He's my buddy, but I tell you what, this man has been incognito. He was up in the hills of Virginia. I never got a hold of him. Todd, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you getting back down where you can get 4 bars on your phone. For those of you who do not know Todd, he's a little bit of a Renaissance man. Todd's an architect.
Yeah.
He was a stay-at-home dad. He raised a beautiful daughter named Savannah, who was tough as nails. This is a little girl that would fall off her bike, would never cry, get right back up and go. And he's got his son now, Jack, who is he a junior now, a senior? How old is Jack?
He's a senior, and he's about 3 inches taller than me.
And to say that I remember when he was born. But listen, brother, you got to go to the Republican convention up north.
Yeah.
And the first question I have for you is, why'd you go?
Well, I got an invitation. I have friends that are with Mike Pence's campaign, and they reached out to me, I think last week before last, and offered me an opportunity to go and be in the audience. Each candidate is given a certain number of seats, I guess, that they can divvy out. And Denny, I mean, how did I get the privilege of the invitation? I'm going to tell you candidly, they probably needed seat fillers, Denny.
They need butts in the seats. Well, you're a good guy. You have been a videographer. You've been a what I call a vision guy. Are you doing any political vision work or any political videos or promotions at this point?
My media studio is we still work with political candidates, but I say all the time, I don't work for politicians. I support men and women that I believe in, who I believe are going to stand for the right values. So when those opportunities come around, we jump at them.
Have you been to a debate before?
No, that was the first time, and it was really interesting to be inside the room, and especially there where the moderators did not have any prohibition on the audience as far as how they responded. We weren't required to remain silent. We could, people could cheer and respond or however they wanted to. They just admonished the crowd to remember that as long as you keep cheering or however your response is, you're just taking time away from the candidates and their responses. That's all they told us. So it was really interesting to kind of sit there and listen to the really different responses from folks in the crowd.
Todd, were you in specific tribal areas? I mean, did you hang out with any of the other candidates, or were you basically all in the Pence camp and at the same point in the same seats?
We seem to be all over. I had other friends who were there and who were also there under the same invitation from the Pence camp, and they were not in my section. So no, it didn't seem as if we were all in groups. We were just dispersed throughout the stadium.
A lot of people don't know you, Todd. I would need to fill them in just a little bit. Born in '69, and really That was
an important part.
No, that's an important part because it'll give you a rough idea of his age. But from my standpoint, Todd, you're one of the most positive thinking men I've ever known in my life. You sang with Up With People.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, everybody.
Yeah?
Seriously? You sang with Up With People?
I did. Man, you're really stretching my memory. That's going back to a lifetime ago, Denny.
Well, you must have been
30 years ago.
30 years ago? Okay. I remember Up With People.
But he's just a positive guy. So my next question for you, did you come? What did you think about who was on the stage, how it affected you looking at America? Has America got a lot to look forward to with this group of folks up on the stage? How'd you feel?
I think there is a lot for us to look forward to. There are, on that stage, we had 8, and of course we have 9 candidates, but there were 8 candidates on that stage, all of them very capable, all of them very accomplished, and all of them bringing a real diverse menu of ideas, and that's what was really interesting. The audience responded very differently to different candidates or different ideas, and they didn't always agree. The audience didn't always agree.
And we picked that up.
We did. Well, we really did. It was. I must say, it was entertaining. It really was an entertaining of that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Was I was entertained by watching what I was watching happen on stage. It didn't change my mind about anyone in particular just yet, but I was impressed by those that I was surprised that I was impressed by some of them.
All right.
Yeah.
Todd, did you pay your own way, or did they put you up in a swanky hotel, fly you up there, private jet? How'd you get up there, and did you pay for it?
The tickets were free, and I drove up. And in fact, this is interesting because I'll be curious to know, maybe from you, because I've heard nothing from public polling or anything, because I drove up, and then I drove myself home after the debate. I got home. I drove home Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Got home Thursday morning about 4:30 in the morning. Got a few hours of sleep. Had to go to a board meeting on Thursday, pretty much all day, and then packed my gear Thursday night, back to bed, up early Friday, and then off to Virginia. And I've been in the hills of Virginia ever since with no connectivity. So I've heard nothing.
Were you making moonshine up there? What's going on up in Virginia? Here's the thing. I think from what I have heard, and Terri Lynn and Kylan, you can correct me. I think that Vivek Ramaswamy was received very, very well. I think that Rick did okay. Everybody did okay.
This Ron DeSantis.
Did
it
fine.
says here, our Republican debate, according to the Washington Post. They did a poll before and after the debate, and it looks like it is Ron DeSantis and Ramaswamy. They both won.
I don't think Pence got hurt. I don't think that very many people got hurt. I think a lot of people were turned off by the blimp from New Jersey, but those are just my social comments.
Yeah, it looks like Ramaswamy 26%, DeSantis 29%, Haley 15%.
Yeah, she did pretty well.
Burgum 1%. I've never seen the fella before. Christie 4%. Tim Scott, who I thought did a pretty good job, 4%, and then Mike got 7%. Yeah, 7% of those votes.
So there you go. Well, listen.
Did Vivek go up or down?
Vivek went up.
He did go up.
He was
interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't he interesting? He's interesting.
Well, I say that only because being inside the room, it felt like he did not have a good night from inside the room where I was.
I love this.
People seeing him. Yeah.
No, your perspective. I mean, you're sitting there in the seats.
Strong. He started very strong, but when he made that comment about I'm the only one up here that's not bought and paid for, something about that just landed flat with the audience, and I think he had a hard time recovering since then.
Yeah.
But with Mike Pence, I had the opportunity after the debate to express this to Mike. I said, I appreciate that you shared your personal testimony of faith in that context to a worldwide audience, and he smiled and he said, and I worked him in, didn't I? And I said, yes, you did, sir.
He did. Yes, he did.
And,
Todd, I've got a couple more questions for you. You went through a terrible period of personal illness, and you've survived all that. But you posted something about getting into a tub of ice water and sitting your ass in that ice water for I don't know how long. What is the matter with you? You're doing that on the back porch?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right there where you used to live, right next to me there.
Yeah.
You got to try it. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It's amazing.
All right, so tell us about that. You're taking an ice bath. How long are you in there?
About 5 minutes. My son started doing it first. He runs cross country, and he was just upstairs in the bathtub, just icing his legs after he would run. And I had heard about it, done some research on it, and decided to go all in, no pun intended, and bought this tub. It's on my deck. I fill it with the garden hose. I dump about 40 pounds of ice in it, get it down to about 40, 45 degrees. And then just 1, 2, 3, and down you go, and stay there for about 5 minutes. It's great for inflammation. It's great for energy and mood and healing. Boy, I joke though, Denny, that my favorite part of getting into the ice bath is getting out of the ice bath.
I bet so.
But when I get out, is incredible. It's really.
Just because I actually have a little bit of experience with ice baths, I would say doing an ice bath in Virginia would be awesome. But the most recommended place to do an ice bath is in a hotel, so you don't have to pay for the ice. Just a little tip.
That's a good tip.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Todd Scoggins joining us. He's the chairman of the Board of Architects in the state of Indiana. Went to Ball State. 2 wonderful kids, has been my friend ever since they moved in across the street. And just, again, the most positive man in America.
Yeah,
and
I want to ask him one question before he goes. Did being in the audience, they always say is different, obviously, than what we're seeing or even listening. And did it change your, not you have to tell us, but did it change your mind about a particular candidate that surprised you and you might start listening to a little bit more now?
It did. And I think it did for a lot of people. I had several conversations going into the room, and the question was pretty general, like, okay, well, who's your favorite, or who do you like coming in? People would say, well, I think this about Ramaswamy, or I think this about Tim Scott, or I've got this thought about Mike Pence, or what have you. And people were exchanging their ideas, and in those conversations, you listen, and you're, that's a good point. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I'll keep an eye out for that. And there was a lot of that going into the room for a lot of people. And that diversity of ideas coming off that stage, that's what a republic's about. We're a citizen-run government, right? We're supposed to be able to have these conversations about public policy and not come away hating each other after the conversation, but come away hopefully enlightened with something we can work with.
Amen. That's
You're a
exactly
good man,
the way
Todd
it should
Scoggins.
be. I'm so glad that we got a chance to talk to you, Todd. Thanks for calling in this morning. And we've got another one that's coming up later this month, another debate. And let's stay in touch with you. I sure
let's send
appreciate
him off
it.
to that one,
Yeah,
too.
let's send you to that one too. We can't actually pay for that one, but you go ahead.
You go and report back.
Yeah, that's right.
You're a new
Todd,
reporter.
say hey to Heather and Savannah and Jack for us, and always the best, buddy. You're the best, okay?
Love you, brother.
Thanks so much. This is The First Day, 93 WIBC.